Okay, hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Eventful Life Living Out Loud. I am your host, Janelle Boyd. I am the founder of the Eventful Life Enterprises. And again, in this space, I'm a mompreneur. I'm a event producer. I'm a motivator, but in this space, y'all, in this space, I've coined myself an instigator because I love to make you think differently about the daily things that are going on in your life and business, especially my mompreneurs and my women entrepreneurs. We wear so many different hats, y'all, and sometimes that can get extremely overwhelming. But guess what? You are not alone. So that is why I've created this space here so that I can bring you other women entrepreneurs, other mompreneurs who are facing their fears, their challenges, their triumphs. Honey, they are failing forward, okay? And doing it all authentically, showing up as their best selves, okay, just the way they are, just so that we can all gather together and know that, you know what, it is okay. You just keep moving forward. All right. So if you know another woman entrepreneur out there or another mompreneur who needs this in their life, y'all know I call it soul food, right? So we moved to our new time, right, at 7 o'clock. So now we get to join you for dinner so that you can get some of this good, this soul food. So if you know someone, another woman who needs some of this, make sure you hit that share button and share this with her. Let her know that, listen, this is just what you need for such a time as this, all right? With that being said, I am so excited. I know I say that every week, y'all, but I do get excited. I get excited to come in here and talk to you guys every single Thursday, because most of the time I'm talking to my kids. So I get excited about getting a chance to come on here and have some girl time with each and every one of you and bring you another fabulous woman entrepreneur every single week. And so this week, I'm telling you, when I say I was like a kid on Christmas this morning, because every time I get to talk to her, we have a soul wealthy conversation, okay? Yeah. And it is just one that nourishes my mind, body, and soul. So let me tell you a little bit about it. Can I tell you a little bit about her? Let me tell you a little bit about her. She is a mompreneur. She is an author. She is a spiritual, hold on, let me get it right. I want to say it right. She is a spiritual wellness practitioner. She's a transformational speaker. And the blessing is that I've gotten to see her in a lot of these different spaces. So I can attest that it is all true. But she is also someone who just, when she shows up, y'all, she gives light. And I love her so much. So let me introduce you to Vikki Johnson, who is the founder of Soul Wealth. Hello, Vikki.
Hey, sister, how are you? Eventful Life.
Yes.
CEO, CEO, founder, all those things.
That's right.
What's up?
Listen, I am good, especially since I know that you and I get to chat in this space here during this time.
It's always a good time. Always a great time. Yeah.
It really is, and I will say that, like I said, I've been excited all day, to get you here. So thank you for saying yes.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And Vikki and I, like I said, we've known each other for a while. I've been able to see her shift in different spaces. We've done a wedding together where she was, the chaplain, and she was the officiant, she was the officiant for the couple that I was planning their wedding for. Then I've seen her shift into transformational speaking spaces where she just comes in and gives you a word that you are like, okay, that is everything I needed today, And then she, and then I don't know if y'all know about the master photo bomber, but she also brings joy. Okay, I don't know anybody who can do every single one so well. So I love it though, Vikki, and I'm so grateful that I have been able to have a front row seat to it all, because it's a beautiful thing to watch someone transform and flourish, for sure.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. So let's dive right in, because this time goes very, very quickly when you're having fun. I want to talk about how, I want to kind of talk about where you started in terms of soul wealth.
Okay.
Was this something that, has always been a part of Vikki? Or is it something that, you later discovered? What is soul wealth?
I'm going to try to concretize the journey. So in 1999, 2000, pre-social media, so let me just lay that foundation, pre-social media, I had a daily radio show on Heaven 1580 called I'm Every Woman. And a spurt from that was a quarterly event that I did called Girl Talk, which every quarter, the women who listened to me every day on the radio got together in a live setting quarterly, and we just talked about all things girls, women, relationships, anything. And it was intimate, informal, and unscripted. I did that for about 7 years. My daughter goes to high school. I'm like, I need to pause, be a very present mom for her. Absolutely. Then she goes to college, and I come back and add Unplugged to Girl Talk. In 2012, I did Girl Talk Unplugged, the ultimate getaway. I just really wanted to have a pajama party, right? Like 250 women came. It was amazing. Awesome. And on the last day, somebody yells out at this amazing luncheon, closing luncheon, best shrimp and grits ever. It was so good.
Somebody that speaks to me with my Southern roots.
She said, so what are we gonna do next? I was like, I don't know. I just wanted to have a pajama party. I mean, I don't know. Like, and somebody yelled out, start a Facebook group. And I said, what is that? Dating myself, right? It was very new, because I'm not an early adopter of different social media platforms. I'm like, this is good. I'm on MySpace. It's working. What is, that's me.
Good, right.
You gotta drag me to these new platforms. Now I'm on quite a few of them. But I started a Facebook group. The group grew to about 6,000 women. I was like, ooh, this is a lot. I don't know. So then I changed the private group to a page. Then in 2014, December, I did a TED Talk on the power of sacred sisterhood, which is when women connect, collaborate, and create community. The result is soul wealth. And the scripture, 3 John, is where that comes from. God says, I desire that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. And I am so blessed and grateful to have as my spiritual father, Archbishop Ralph Dennis, who just pours so much wisdom, and it's trailblazing wisdom, because he is ahead of his time. And so it was so divinely serendipitous that God connected me to him as a daughter. And, so I had an understanding of the times and where we were going as women. And I said, soul? Yeah, soul wealth, right? Okay, what is soul wealth? Soul wealth is vision, compassion, authenticity, abundance, and legacy, first in your life, and then outward facing to the world. So then soul wealth was birthed. So I shut down that Girl Talk Unplugged page, created a soul wealth page, and had about maybe 2,500 women. Then I was like, this ain't it. So one thing about me, if it's not flowing, if it doesn't have a flow, I'm not gonna force it. So I just stopped. And so what Soul Wealth is today, moving forward, you see behind me, Soul Wealth, the book, which was released in August of 2019, is Soul Wealth, Finding Vision, Compassion, Authenticity, Abundance, and Legacy in the Midst of Chaos, which is powerful to me. that it was released in August of 2019 because in March of 2020, the world shut down. Pandemic, and I've been selling more books since the beginning of the pandemic, so I know that was God. I have a daily radio show, the Soul Wealth Radio Show on dcradio.gov, and then it's on all podcast platforms, and I'm pushing up on almost 200 episodes. The show airs every day.
That's so awesome.
At 10 a.m. And if you want to listen to past episodes, you can check them out on VikkiJohnson.com, which is my website, but it's on most podcast platforms.
Yes.
I have a Soul Wealth Academy where I mentor about 75 women leaders, high achieving women leaders, helping them build their businesses, their brands, and some of them just helping them rebuild their lives. And then I have the Soul Wealth Home Collections, soy candles, butter.
But you've been holding out. I didn't know about the home collection.
It's coming. Yeah, it's out there. And I have Soul Wealth t-shirts, I have Soul Wealth caps, but ultimately Soul Wealth is a way of being. And so the ultimate goal is to help others embody soul wealth, to embody vision, compassion, authenticity, abundance, and legacy. And now I'm adding to that the ancient healing art of sound healing. So I'm getting certified in sound baths and sound meditation because it is a whole experience about spirit, soul, body, mind, emotion, wellness.
Yes.
And just healing everything. So that's kind of like a...
No, I was like, I'm sure the audience out there, they were like, okay, wait a minute. Wow, this, they're trying to follow, keep up. Look, I was trying to keep up, y'all too. But what I heard throughout that was woven throughout the whole thing though, is that Vikki, you have always had a groundedness, if you will, for understanding that we don't just become by just doing, right? We really have to tap into what's inside, and that's how you become. And it sounds like you've understood that from the beginning. So I want to kind of segue into my next question, which is, I think it's intuitive that you were kind of already on this path, and continuously on this path for, the last 17 years? Probably more than that.
Which path?
Just the soul wealth path, because it's always been interwoven, so to speak.
Yeah. So specifically, and definitively about 8 years, 9 years. Prior to that, it was Girl Talk, but I've always been doing work with women and girls. I started my first girls club when I was 10 years old. It was called the Clover Zodiacs, right? And so everything about my life, when you talk about connecting dots, has been about sacred sisterhood. When you drill down to it, so it's about spiritual growth. It's about sacred sisterhood for me, and it's about soul wealth. So everything that I am in alignment with fits into one of those
buckets,
lanes.
I love that. So let's talk about, the woman who maybe is still trying to, kind of figure that out, right? Because what I see is there's kind of this movement going on right now where a lot of women who were previously and when I say previously, I mean either previous due to the pandemic or previous due to their own lack of insight at that time, or previous just due to life changes, right? But the previous was, some of us were in this external seeking, right? So I'm seeking information, I'm seeking this thing to help make me be and do better. And now we see this movement where it's shifting, right? Some women are shifting after these occurrences, after these kind of, let's call them, I'm not using the pivot word, y'all. So let's just call them life-changing experiences. Y'all know I love experiences. So life-changing experiences. And so now, it has caused us to shift. So what would you say to the woman who's kind of still trying to kind of find their way, and maybe they're trying to find their soul wealth? Like what should that woman be tapping into, or is there something that she should be tapping into?
Surrender. Surrender. Frequently, the inner conflict and the turmoil and the confusion and the trepidation is because we're trying to hold on to what was.
Mm-hmm.
When chaos shows up, it is intended to cause everything to just fall apart.
Yeah.
And while that sounds violent, you know, and uncomfortable and inconvenient, the beauty of chaos is that it's an opportunity to have what you should have had in the first place, and or to recalibrate, to rebuild, to replace. Because one of the things I believe is that better is the end of a thing. And when the end of a season comes, the next season has to be just as good or better. That is what evolution is. That is the importance of growth, of staying in a forward motion, of being fluid. Watch this, of not being attached to anything, so that you can be pliable.
Yes.
When the winds blow, right?
Yes.
Because they blow. And we've seen the natural demonstration of that with the most recent weather occurrences, first starting down in the Gulf, you know, with Hurricane Ida, and then coming up the East Coast, you know, with the winds and the rain and the flooding. You know, your life can change like that.
In a heartbeat.
The question, not to live in paranoia, but to always be in a place of preparation, is who am I without any of my stuff?
Yeah.
Who am I without any title? Who am I without the position that I had, right? Because so many people's identity is attached to a position, and frequently a position in a place that's not theirs, that they don't know, right? So when you no longer have that job, when you no longer have that corporate card, and I'm telling my testimony because I thought you were talking
about me.
I was released from a corporate position of 18 years that I truly thought I was going to retire from, right? And so I had to, you didn't like to say it, but I say, because I'm a ball player, I had to pivot, you know, and sit in stillness, like, who am I? Who am I without their stuff, right? Undergirding me. So when those kind of winds blow, whether it's literally or figuratively, let it happen. Let it fall apart, right? Surrender. Surrender to what is, to make room for what is to be.
Woo, come on, Vikki. So can you say that again, please?
Yeah, surrender to what is. Just agree with it. I say all the time, my favorite scripture that has shaped the last 25 or so years of my life is Job 22. Agree with God quickly.
Agree with God quickly. That's
the Amplified version, so that you can have peace and good will come to you.
That's right.
Because it is our resistance that causes us to suffer.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to hold on to what's familiar. Instead of surrendering, embracing, agreeing with what is, and trusting that God is great in me, through me, as me, and that my steps are ordered by God. So as I am moving forward, I am stepping into really who I was born to be. So every dot matters, right? Every chapter matters. Every shift matters. Every your word experience matters, because it's connecting the dots that once the dots are connected, what do you have? A beautiful picture.
Picture.
Right?
There you
You
go.
have
Come
a
on, Vikki.
complete
You better teach the
image.
people today.
So
Yes. I
keep
love
moving
that.
forward.
Keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Look, y'all didn't know that was the simple version, right? She was like, keep moving forward after she gave us that beautiful soliloquy. But listen, that is it. Like, that is it. And when it's the realization of it, right? Because it can be a very big pill to swallow when you're not understanding of what you just outlined, and I can attest to that, just going through my own season of it. It can be very uncomfortable and also a little unnerving,
Yeah, we make our plans, but the truth is God orders our steps, because again, your life can change like that. And this pandemic that we are living through, thank God that we are living through, and experiencing our own experiences and watching others do the same. People are here today and gone in 2 days, right? Or here today and in the hospital in a week, and long haulers, or if you have been blessed to be healthy, you have to be mindful, right? So everything has had to shift. Everything has had to shift.
That's right.
Like from churches who were resistant to digital experiences on a Sunday morning. If you were not now pliable and willing to learn, or had already been an early adopter, then you become obsolete. When you don't innovate, you become obsolete.
That is so true.
That's why I said keep moving forward, because what worked 5 years ago is irrelevant today.
That's so true. That's so true. I mean, you think about, different things like technology, you think about, you said it yourself, social media wasn't even social media when you first started your journey, right? So, the evolution of things is, including our own selves, is undeniable. Like it just is. I want to read something that you wrote in your bio to you.
Okay.
And then I want to talk about it. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay. So you wrote, she believes that every moment we live at choice. We live at choice. So how does a busy mom who's an entrepreneur, or a driven, an ambitious womanpreneur, how does she live at choice? Because, sometimes the mindset is that, well, I don't have a choice because I have to do what's responsible, or I have to do what's necessary. So how do we live at choice?
So what's necessary, what's responsible, according to who? That is the question.
That is, that's good.
Because what happens next is up to you. We can't change what has happened previously, but what happens next is your decision. So that's what I mean, at every moment we live at choice.
That's good.
And you get to make that choice.
Right.
You also get to change your mind and make a different choice.
Right.
And for so long, many of our choices weren't our choices. They were what we decided to do so that other people would be pleased with our choices. So that's why I said at the beginning, according to who? Right.
Ooh, that's good. That's good, Vikki.
What do you want? Do you know what you want?
Right.
Who are you? Do you know who you are? Because, and I say this with all the love and compassion that I can put behind my words, right? It's exhausting to live the life other people think is best for you.
Yeah.
It's exhausting. And so I offer in this moment, for those of you who are listening to us, Really sit with, is this who I am though?
Yeah.
Is this what I want? Truly.
Yeah.
Is this what I feel led to do?
Yeah.
Or did I put my dreams, my desires, my vision for me to the side so that he, she, or them would affirm me, would validate me, would approve of my life?
Wow.
And they're not living your life. And
Right.
again, I go back to where we are now, this pandemic, because we've all had a lot of time to be with ourselves in isolation and really think, like, is this the end?
Right.
We've all had that thought. Now, you might not want to say it.
Might not want to say it, right? That's true.
Really, you might not want to say it.
Yeah.
But we've all had the thought, is COVID now I'm gonna leave here?
Right. That's right. Yeah.
Even if it just ran through your mind.
Yeah.
And you had to take captive your thoughts, right?
Right.
And so when you begin to think about your mortality, you also begin to think, what have I done with my life? Right. How am I going to be remembered? What are they going to say about me when they're posting my pictures? Right? How have I negotiated the dash? Have I done everything I wanted to do? If not, how do I get into position now to begin to do those things, right? So that's why I said every moment we live at choice. Yeah. Because the gift of this pandemic is that it should have expanded our awareness of what we are no longer going to do, what we are no longer going to tolerate, who we are no longer going to tolerate and allow to mistreat us, right? Disrespect us. And then the opposite of that, and this is how you begin to build your vision. What do I hate? You know, people always talk about what you love. Some people don't know what they love because they have been so busy avoiding what they hate. They haven't turned their energy to what they love. So people are like, I don't know what I love. Well, make a list of what you hate. And then do another column next to that on the right side of that and write the opposite. Because when you write down what you hate, the opposite of what you hate literally is what you love. And that is how you begin to map out, oh, well, let me take steps in this direction. Because now I'm clear, right? Don't focus on avoiding what you hate. Identify what you love, and then you'll attract that, because that is what you'll begin to think about. And thoughts become things. As a woman or man thinketh, so is he or she. If it's in your heart, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks, right? But it's in our mind, it's in our heart, then it comes out of our mouths and then demonstrated by our behavior. So your behavior is a clear reflection of what you believe. Let's say that again. Your behavior is a clear, even if it's a blind spot for you, it's clear to other people what you believe, because your behavior demonstrates your beliefs. And frequently, our beliefs are not ours. They came, like I love to ask other women, right? When we're in a one-on-one soul well session or just having a conversation, who told you that? Where did you get that from? Is that really your core value? Or is that a belief that somebody put on you when you were in a vulnerable place that you took on as yours? Do you really believe that? And does that really work for you? Right. Is it still serving you? I love that. Ooh, that's so good. And if it's not, release it. Yes. To create capacity for what does work for you. That's so good. And that applies, that paradigm applies to every area of your life. Money, job, relationships, family, friendships,
Yes.
church membership,
Yes.
how you do. When I say you can apply it to
Everything.
area of your life, I mean that literally.
That's so good. Woo! Look, I got chills. See, I told y'all was gonna get some of this good tonight. No, I mean, that's so good though, Vikki, because I started when I posted about our conversation tonight, I started with, do we stop and think about how to create, you can create the life that you want, but do we stop and think about that? Do we ask ourselves, are the things that we are doing helping us to move forward towards what we want and how, the life that we want to create? Do we stop and think that? Because I know for me, I was, at one point I was just moving, thoughtless movement. And I think that we all have seasons like that, or have had moments like that where we are just moving, with no thought to it. And then it's like, why are we doing this? Is this still in alignment with where I'm trying to go? And so I love that you ask about your values, like sit down and look at your core values. What are those?
Do you know? If you don't, right. And if you don't, again, another offering, I offer to you. You can just Google core values, and frequently a list will come up. Pick your top 20, then pick your top 10 from that top 20, then pick your top 5 from that top 10, and then your top 3. You need to know that, because your values guide your decisions.
That's right.
And the way to know that it's yours is you'll feel it in your body, which is why it's so important to be present in your body. Which is why I love sound, right? Because sound has a vibration, sound has a frequency. And another gift that has come to me is the reclamation of my ancient heritage, right? My ancestry. And so that also speaks to tendencies and gifts and what I'm drawn to and what's drawn to me. And so sound healing is a way that we can feel the frequencies and vibrations in our bodies. The most powerful tool, shout out to my teacher, my mentor, Dana Smith at Spiritual Essence Yoga, who I am doing my sound healing certification with. She shared on the Soul Wealth Radio show, your voice is the most powerful sound healing tool you have. Your voice. And so frequently our throats are closed. You know why? Because we've swallowed our truth. We've said yes when we wanted to say no. We've said no to things we really wanted to do, or we just stuffed it down. And not speaking your truth, not using your voice, standing in your truth and your belief now is affecting the rest of your body. And if you allow, in the words of my spiritual dad, Archbishop Ralph Dennis, if you allow offenses to be compounded, eventually you stop feeling anything.
Oh, wow.
And you go through life and you're numb. So you don't know what you like because you don't feel anything. Because you turned off your emotions and you go through the motions, right? Staying busy, but not productive. Staying busy, but not productive. Because you don't feel anything. You're like a robot.
Phew. My word.
So you can't lean into what your body is feeling because you don't feel anything. Because you've stopped making choices. You're just kind of living by default and not by design. But I offer another gift.
Keep offering. We love it. We love it.
Reclaim your voice.
Yes.
So you can reclaim your breath. So you can reclaim your life. Dana Smith again,
That's
because
good.
the quality of your breath is the quality of your life. God formed man, and after he breathed into man the breath of life, man became a living soul.
So good.
So if you're not breathing, you're not feeling, because your soul is the seat of your emotions. And if you're not feeling,
honey, you're
just
not here. Exactly. You're just existing.
You're just existing and not really living.
Yeah.
At all. And who wants to have an existence like that? I don't.
I hope no one. I hope no one. This is why this conversation is so needed. It's so good, because we do have to shift from existing. We do have to shift from being busy, and all the things that are not in alignment with who we are now. I believe so many of us are having this evolution.
Awakening.
Yes, this awakening. And I'm here for it, because we need more of this so that we can truly light up this world. I mean, that's really what is needed.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes.
I posted this on my Instagram.
Absolutely.
And I feel really inspired to say it right now. Stop announcing the moves you're making and just make them. And your results will speak for themselves. I really feel that's important, because in this day and time of social media, where everybody's flexing for the gram or for Facebook or for TikTok or for likes or subscribers or, for all of those things, you're talking and not doing.
Right.
So stop announcing, stop telegraphing your next move, and just make it.
Yeah.
And focus, be intentional, be assertive, be committed, be consistent.
Consistent. Come on.
Consistency will usher you right into this place of harvest and fruitfulness.
That's right.
And productivity.
That's right.
And ultimately having dominion, where you can rule and reign.
That's right.
In every area of your life.
And
not have to live at the mercy of other people's approval, other people's affirmation, other people's validation, other people's decisions, other people's perspectives.
My word. That's right.
Get focused.
Yeah.
Get focused. Laser focused.
Laser focused.
On what lights you up.
Yeah.
And go in that direction.
Yeah. I love it. Oh, y'all, listen, y'all are going to have, clearly you already see, you're going to have to go back and listen to this again, like hit replay. This is what we need, right? So I'm like, it's only Thursday. Oh, by the weekend, you're going to need to come back to this again. I know I will. So I am totally 1,000% in agreement with everything you're saying, Vikki. It's just, that is the season that we're in. Like, if you're trying to figure out what season this is the season. And laser focused, consistent. We were just talking about before we came on here live. I said everything is different. Everything. And and you just hit the nail on the head. Like, it is consistency, it is intentionality, it is focused. It's so crazy. I posted something similar. I'm like, there is a time where you just have to do work where no one can see you, and that's it. Like, that is it. Right. I'm like, everything ain't to be seen at all. And it's more about preparation. Like, be prepared. So I love this. Okay. So I know we're running out of time here. So let me hurry along. Y'all know I could stay here and talk to this woman forever, but I know we don't have all night. So the next question I want to move into, Vikki, is what do you believe is the biggest obstacle for women when it comes to choosing soul wealth for themselves? Like, what's the biggest obstacle moving into this place of soul wealth as a woman?
Having nothing left for themselves because they've taken care of everybody else first. Like, that's my answer, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that translates to be selfish.
So it's really you.
Be selfish.
Yeah.
And flip that. Take care of you first.
Yeah.
And then allocate, decide how much you want to utilize, and then allocate that portion and save some at the end.
Some reserve.
So that you're operating from overflow and not from your capacity.
Yeah.
Because your capacity is for you.
Yes.
And when you get down into your capacity, that of the contents that's meant for you, eventually and quickly you become depleted. And when you hit depletion, now you're resentful. Now you're mad. Now you're frustrated. Now you're irritated. If you're a wife, now you're like, get out of my face, husband. We ain't doing nothing, right? Now if you're a single mom, you got a short fuse with the children. And if you're single, living solo, most of your time you're asleep because you're exhausted. Because you are out serving and being busy and doing all of these things that you're not required to do to be significant. You're significant as you are. Exhaustion.
You know what I figured out, Vikki? I used to think about resentment, right? I used to think about how when, you like you just said, you might, be snappy at somebody because they didn't do what they said they were gonna do, right? Like maybe you're snappy at your husband, your spouse. Okay, I'll say your spouse. Maybe you're snappy at your staff or whatever, right? Because they didn't follow through with something. But what I started to realize is that a lot of times when you're snappy, when you're, let's say resentment for lack of better words, but when you're harboring resentment towards someone for something they didn't do, it's really not about them at all. It is really because you are upset that you're not getting what you need from yourself in order to not feel like, and so it's like deflection, right? So you're not getting what you need. So instead you're deflecting.
Yeah, you're deflecting, and at times it can also be for what you have allowed. Because we teach people how to treat us. By, back to your point, how we treat ourselves.
Right.
So if you constantly betray yourself, that is a pattern, and how you do anything is how you do everything. So if you betray yourself, then the bar is really low for other people to do the same.
My word.
So now you have compounded frustration because you're like, why did they do that to me? And then the next question is, why did I allow them to do that?
Right.
And then the next question is, well, your higher self, like, well, self, you do that to yourself. So the converse of that is that if I practice self-love, radical self-love, and I enjoy my life, then guess what? The bar is high.
Right.
So I will not allow anyone to come into my life and engage me at a lower level than I engage myself. That is self-love too. No, you're not going to do that.
That's right.
I don't do that to myself. So you're not going to do that to me. So you know what? God bless you.
Right. Let the Lord be between me and thee. Watch over me and thee.
Yeah, go your way.
Right.
Go mine, and that goes for jobs. That goes for volunteering. That goes for your engagement or service at church,
Yeah.
you know, where we do a whole lot, almost
yeah.
thinking that makes us closer to God when we
Right.
do so much, but it doesn't if it disrupts the rest of your life.
That's right.
Your family never sees you, your spouse never sees you, or work.
Yeah.
You know, like, so you want to be in as much harmony,
yeah, as
possible, meaning really every now and then re-examine what you're giving to the spaces in your life.
Yeah.
And the things that no longer serve you, you get to say out loud, as one of my coaches, I'll call her, says to me, you know, that's no longer my story. I get to change. You get to change your mind. That's no longer my story.
That's right. That's right.
It used to be my story.
Right.
But that's no longer my story.
Yeah.
I'm not that person anymore.
That's good. Ooh, I love it. I love it. Did y'all write all that down?
Don't ask me to repeat it because I don't know what I said.
Oh my gosh, Vikki, this was so good.
Good.
Okay, as we are coming to a close, before I have you give your information, because I already know people are going to want to stay in touch with you. They're going to want to reach out. Girl, they are going to want
get my book. They're going to want to get my book.
Oh,
y'all get gosh, so well. Yes. Get that book. Get that book right there.
Get that book. I'm like, because if it's even a touch of what you just heard here, and I mean, she actually had pages to put it on, right? Like here we limited, right? So I know it is filled with nourishment. So definitely, where do they get the book, Vikki?
Via my website, please, not Amazon. They already have their money.
Oh, yeah.
It's a business.
Give the website.
𝐵KKI.com, and it's VIKKI, VikkiJohnson.com, and I'll even autograph it for you.
Yes, look at that. See, y'all, Christmas comes early. Okay, so I have our Fast Five, our 5 questions.
Okay.
I don't share them beforehand. Y'all know this. So whatever comes to mind is.
That's why I just took a deep breath. Let's do it.
Ready?
Yeah.
Number 1, what do you like to do for fun?
Go to the beach.
Yes. I was going to say either go to the beach or hiking for you.
Yeah, that was close second.
I love it. All right, number 2, what's one stereotype about moms or women that drives you bananas?
That they can't be sexy.
Okay, we can be sexy all the time. All right.
I mean sexual, I mean sexy, right? Like feel good about ourselves. Yeah.
Stop that.
You can be sexual too. Let me just say that. Okay. Just because you have kids doesn't mean the well is dry, okay?
You better let them know, okay?
Okay, I just needed to.
I just
needed to gather all of the harvest. I just felt like some of the bounty was still on the ground. I just needed to and let the women know, like, you can have both and. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, back to question number 3.
Oh my God. All right, who is your BFF in your head?
Who is my BFF in my head?
Yes.
Who is my BFF?
I hang out with Dr. Vikki all the time.
Me?
I know you was gonna say that.
I love me.
I love me some me.
I really do. I enjoy my company, right? So, okay, question number 4. I'm not supposed to expound. Just a rapid fire. Okay.
Yeah, that's it, period. What do you dream of becoming?
What do I dream of becoming? An indelible imprint in the earth, never to be forgotten.
That's good. That's good. All right. And last question, favorite song and why?
favorite song and why?
And I know you know your music, so.
I have a lot of favorite songs, but the one that, I'm gonna just say the one that came to mind right away is Flashlight by Parliament Funkadelic.
Ah! That looked like that should be your favorite song.
Because I could just hear it.
Yeah.
I love to dance, right?
Yes.
And
so
yeah, that's my jam. I'm a funk baby.
Yeah.
So I'm a funk baby. So that I could just hear that. Like that was what I heard playing in my head. So I was like, okay, flashlight. Flashlight. Yeah. Neon light.
Well, I love music.
Somebody gonna go play it right now.
Yes. So I would totally.
I love to dance. I love to dance. So yeah, flashlight.
That's good. I love it. See, you did great. All right.
Yay, BSS. Yay, BSS.
Yeah, right. Clap for yourself. Clap for yourself. All right. So this was wonderful, Vikki. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Like I said,
you're welcome.
Talk to you all night long.
It was great.
I just appreciate you so much for sharing the wisdom, the nuggets. Girl, oh, it was just good. It really was.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And so I hope you guys, one more time before we close out, let them know how they can connect with you.
Sure. VikkiJohnson.com is my website. Ladies, I do a monthly e-blast that I send out. It's free. VikkiJohnson.com. Join my mailing list. Or you can find me on all social media platforms at All Things Vikki. And please, please, please check out the Soul Wealth Radio Show that airs every day at 10 a.m. on dcradio.gov. Or you can go and listen to past episodes on my website right at the top. Soul Wealth Radio Show. Just click that. It'll take you to the SoundCloud link or wherever you listen to your podcast, Google Play, iTunes. Check it out. I've had wealthy conversations with some amazing people, you included, Janelle.
Yes.
And like I said, I'm pushing up on my 200th episode. And so that will live forever. And I'm so grateful. So grateful for the conversations and the nuggets that I've been able to share. And I still have about 50 shows in the can and still interviewing people. So I'm just grateful to be able to do that. Thank you for this opportunity.
Yes.
Follow me. I'm on IG. I'm on Twitter at All Things Vikki. Let's connect. I would love to be connected. And on YouTube at All Things.
Yes, I was going to say. That's so awesome. Listen, y'all, she is a wealth of knowledge. Again, now you can see why I said earlier, I just feel so blessed to just have access to her because she is so filled with light and just so much truth, so much knowledge. So make sure you do connect with her. But this is what this space is all about. It is truly about, sharing women who are out here that you may not have ever heard of, connected with, seen, that are truly just making this place a better place. Just by doing what they do, being who they are, actually being who they authentically are and showing up as their full self, they're making this place better. And so I just believe that it is a part of me to serve you in sharing you with the world out here. So thank you guys.
I was going to say the first 10 people that buy a book, I'm serious, get this book right here.
Yeah. No, this one right behind it.
The first 10 people that go to my website and get a book, you're going to get a special surprise gift.
Oh, wow. Okay. We like surprises.
In addition to the book. So go to VikkiJohnson.com, get the book, and expect a special gift for the first 10.
Okay, so it actually will be the first 9 because I'm about to go get one right now. So, so that's just one, just going to check that one off. So, awesome. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Janelle. This has been wonderful.
Yes, and thank you all for choosing to share this time and space with us. I don't take it for granted. And listen, see you next week again, same place, same time. Remember, you can have it all. but as long as you're willing to have it on your terms and your time. All right, guys, until next time, see you.
Peace.